So I got a handy little pro tip for you. So I'm getting ready to clean out the sprayers and I'm filling up buckets, and one of the things that'll drive me more crazy than anything is somebody standing here waiting for the bucket to fill up, and that you could just set the hose in there, take off, go get things accomplished, turn it down low enough so it doesn't just spill out like tons of water and saturate everything if you don't get back to it in time. But I typically will just take my water, set it about something like this, set it in there, and then I'm gonna go off and start working on something else and accomplish another task while this thing fills up. Typically when I come to the job site in the very beginning, I'm gonna fill up 3 water buckets, 3 5-gallon buckets, and there's multiple reasons to start up the sprayers, to clean them out initially before we run paint in them, to clean the sprayers at the end of the job. In case a disaster happens and you need water right away, you got water available to you. And those 3 buckets will just be filling up at the beginning. As soon as we show up, hook up a water hose, very first thing, get buckets filling up, but don't stand and wait for those 3 buckets to fill up. Go accomplish another task. You can start masking windows, start doing other things, while those buckets are filling. So I got another pro tip for you. Keep Tower Accelerator in your vehicle. Today is spray day. Did all the initial prep a couple days ago, but Tower Accelerator, you can caulk and spray right over it immediately. I just walked around. There's a few things we missed on initial prep. This is final prep. Tower Accelerator, you can brush or you can spray over it immediately, brush over it, and roll over it in 30 minutes. So I got a pro tip for you, and that's always straining your paint. So I'm gonna show you the bottom of this can. It actually fell in. The cans themselves, paint's dry even with the lids on nowadays. And so on the top of the paint, you'll get this stuff skimming over on the top of the paint, brand new paint. When they shake the paint with a shaker or you shake with your hands, this stuff falls into the paint. Eventually that's gonna clog your gun filters, clog your manifold filters. So you always want to strain your paints. We use just a 5-gallon strainer. I've already boxed and strained my paints right here, but it's important to strain your paints. Otherwise you're gonna clog the manifold filter, gun filter. It's just gonna cause you all kinds of problems. If you're just rolling walls, you're gonna get that stuff into your nap, onto your brush. It's just gonna go onto your walls. You're gonna be picking that off your walls. So pro tip, always strain your paints. Got another pro tip for you today, and that is carrying 2 maskers when you're masking, 1 for paper, 1 for plastic. It's a lot more efficient to have 2. That way you're not interchanging paper and plastic, taking a bunch of time. Also put ladder hooks on so you can have them hooked on your back pocket and with you at all times. Pro tip. So I'm right here spraying. I took my tip out, got sidetracked, and to get another tip, to put another tip in, shot paint without a tip in, paint went everywhere. Down here I got a cardboard shield fast enough, it landed on my paper luckily. I just got a small spot to clean up right there. I was getting a lot of overspray, silica dust in the air everywhere, and it was a aftermarket tip. And I have a feeling it was related to the tip, so I switched to TR1 tip right here, a 515 TR1. And already it looks like less overspray, so I'm gonna test it out, find out. Yeah, love it. So I got a handy little tip for you. And when we're out here working on the job site, as soon as we get on the job site, one of the things we always do, get out a trash bag, set out a trash bag to put trash in. One thing, like when you're masking with plastic and paper, if any type of wind kicks up, it could carry it, out into the street, into a neighbor's yard. Does it look professional? And then you're just chasing paper and plastic all over the place. Have a trash bag available. Keep everything in the trash bag. Keep a clean job site. Keep it looking professional at all times. So I got another pro tip for you, and it's keeping multiple caulking guns in your vehicle, and I'm talking multiple types of caulking guns. These are dripless caulking guns. One's a rod style right here, and one's a rod and tooth style. So this is toothless, this has got teeth. If you're using inferior caulking that has air bubbles in it, if you use a toothless gun, the rod doesn't positively move forward and catch a tooth because the air bubble will keep pushing your rod back out, and it gets very frustrating frustrating, gets very tiresome trying to pump the caulking out. I use Tower, sealants that never has air bubbles in it, but if you do run into air bubbles, move over to a ratchet style, tooth style caulking gun. So I keep two. If I ever run into tubes that have air bubbles in them, this is the gun I use.